Right, guys, we are back. Spent a little bit of time off stream just fucking finding a vocal that will work. I did it off stream because it's weird. When I'm recording, I feel a bit of pressure, you know? And sometimes pressure can be nice in the studio. Sometimes it can be a bit not nice. Otherwise known as bad. So yeah, spent a bit of time just getting vocal together, and I put a vocal in. I've got a little kind of vocal idea which I think really completes the whole core loop. So this is basically what it sounds like now. I'm just going to quickly do this because it definitely needs a side chain, I think, before drop. So before we kind of made the intro, we didn't do the intro, we did the build-up. We contextualised the drop beforehand. Now we need to do the same post-drop, so afterwards. Okay, so we need to actually start structuring the drop out. Again, loads and loads of people fucking struggle with, like, how do I fill a track out, right? How do I arrange the track out? And keep it simple, number one, guys, right? What you need to bear in mind before you kind of crack on is that you don't need to... Every section of the track does not need to be this whole new fucking incredible journey where it's constantly evolving and changing, right? That can be nice to do in certain tracks, right? That can be nice to do in the odd track or two. But, like, that's if the track calls for it, right? A lot of the times, the track is kind of... You have to listen to what the track is asking for, which I know sounds pretty cryptic, but it's like, what kind of track is this? Is this some epic fucking journey where there's a million different sections and fucking blah, blah, blah? Is it that, or is it just like a straight up and down kind of like dancey banger? And if it's a dancey banger, you don't need to do as much as you think. Go and check out your favourite tracks from some of your favourite producers. Look at what they're switching from section to section. If you really analyse it and break it down, they're not doing very much, right? And that's kind of the point, right? That's literally the point. I said in the last episode that, you know, we're making dance music here, right? So dance music is designed to be playing in sets, okay? And so when we think about variation, the variation comes in the form of the actual tracks that the DJ is playing in a mix, right? If a DJ is playing a track, if a DJ is doing a mix, it's normally like what? An hour long at least, right? And throughout that hour, he's going to play a tune here, and then another tune here, and then another tune here, and then one here, blah, 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 throughout. So if you're the crowd down here, this is us, having a fucking really good time, hands in the air. If you're the crowd, there's a lot of variation already in the set, right? Because every kind of 3 to 4 minutes, a new track's going to get played, right? New track here, every 3 minutes or 4 minutes or however long. If it's techno, maybe every 5 minutes, I don't fucking know. So, because there's loads of tracks being played in a mix, okay, we need our track to be like a little safe haven throughout the mix. We don't want it to sound like 5 different fucking tracks are being played, you know, in this little 3 minute section when your tune is playing. You want it to be like consistent. No, consistent is not the word, but what I'm trying to say is we don't need to be chopping and changing and switching shit up all the time. The DJ is going to fucking mix out your track in like 3 minutes time and play a completely new track anyway. So we need to stick on a vibe, stick on a theme, okay? And it can be tempting sometimes to throw in like an insane, ridiculous switch up. And sometimes it does work to do that. You know, I'm not going to say you should never switch things up. Obviously, I'm not going to say that. But what I'm trying to say is you probably don't need to do as much from section to section as you think you do. Now, the caveat to this, that's how you spell caveat, probably. The caveat to this is your core loop has to be strong first, right? And, you know, this repeating loop needs to be fucking dialed in and sounding fat, so that people are willing to listen to it over and over and over again. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with where mine is. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch out an 8-bar, okay? So I'm just going to copy and paste it till it's at an 8-bar. Wait, is that 16-bar? Yeah, it is. That's 16-bar. So, I mean, fuck it. We can do it as a 16. So this a 16 bar is kind of like a main section, right? It's a block of section, I would call it. Block of section. Anyway, it's. How would you describe that? What is a 16 bar, Danny? It's like a fucking.
It's 8 times 2.
There you go. A 16 bar is 8 times 2. Thank you for that, mate.
No worries.
So in this 16 bar, it's split up. Well, in my head, it's split up into 2 8 bars, just like what Danny said. 8 times 2. So normally you want some little micro variation from kind of 8 bar to 8 bar. So let's think what we could do. Straight away for me, classic one, throw some rides in. Rides or shakers. I would normally like to throw shakers in on the 8 bar and save the ride for maybe the second 16, but we've already got shakers in right from the start of the drop, and I feel like if we took those out, it would lose a bit of energy. So I'm going to put some rides in. I've got a ride loop that I use all the fucking time. I think it's one of Darby's. Is it? Oh no, it's not. It's from Groovin' House. I swear he used to use a Derby one. Maybe I'm fucking tripping. Anyway, this one just works. I don't know if it's like, for whatever reason, this just seems to work with all of my sounds all the time. So I'm not going to fight that. I'm just going to use it because it sounds good. So I'm going to put the ride in on the 8 bar, right? And maybe we'll do repitch mode. Okay, so that's nice. That's adding a little bit of top end movement, right? So already we've differentiated the kind of 8 bars from 8 bars, right? Sometimes that's all you have to do, guys. Just something simple like that. What other shit can we do? Maybe here I'm gonna like cut everything out, so it's just like clap and vocal there. Yeah, that's nice, but I still want the sidechain to trigger, so I'm going to put a kick there, and I'm just going to turn the track off so it's just clap. What else could go there? Again, this concept of like, what does the song want, right? What does the song want to happen? This is a very high energy loop, right? The loop, when it drops, it's like fucking... There's not much room for this loop to get more energetic, right? In my personal opinion, it's like we've got loads of high end. The drums are super busy as soon as it comes in. This, I don't know how much bigger energy wise this can get. I don't know how much more you could add to the loop before it just gets too much, right? It's pretty fucking full blown craziness already. So maybe we do like the cut everything out trick again here. Okay. So, like I was saying, guys, right? So that's a 16 bar, right? There's more like little bits of variation that we can and will get in there, but I don't want to get lost in the weeds of that right now. What I want to do is kind of fill up as much of this main arrangement kind of as possible, basically, before I get kind of bogged down in the nitty gritty. So, like I was saying, right? I mean, look at this on the EQ, right? Look how full spectrum the drop is right now. You know, everything's fucking kicking off, right? So we can't increase the energy of section 2. We just can't do it because we're at maximum fucking capacity, right? We're going mental. So we need the next section either needs to be a slight drop in energy or a sidestep in energy. Sidestep is you'll see what I mean. We'll talk about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the first half of this 8 bar over here now. So we're now into section 2. And what you can do as well, just to keep your kind of sanity here, we can just make a little note for ourselves. So first 16. And this is second 16. So yeah, this section here, we need to switch things up a little bit, okay? So let's let's think about taking some elements out. So let's take that super saw out. And then let's maybe start to filter. Let's start to filter this synth out. Yeah, so use the simple tools, guys. Just classic for a reason, right? What if on this section it went filtered? Just have this slowly kind of come up. So like maybe something like this. That's quite nice. There's a bit of a resonant frequency in this now, which is kind of pissing me off. It's that one there. So I'm just going to duck that down a bit because I think that's probably clashing. I think that's clashing with the bass a bit. Maybe that would be a nice place to have kind of like this splash come in. Two things that have entered my mind now. Because we've filtered that down, we've now created room in the mix. Okay? We've added a variation, so we've kind of given people a little bit of rest from this like full-on intense section here. Created space also in the mix. So that leaves us the opportunity now to maybe either add another element that can take kind of place of that, or we can do more with the elements we've got. So we've got this vocal, don't we? Don't like that splash, so I'm going to take it out. Maybe everything simplifies. And then here we come in, but the kick turns off. Yeah, kick turns off. And then this slowly keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter. That's nice. Okay, so what I'm hearing in my head is like a delay. I might put another 16 in between these two, I'm not actually sure. But we'll see. So we need to build these tops out of it. So what I like to do sometimes here is turn the filter on here, and then what I like to do is to go kind of down then back up. And then maybe turn them all off there. Turn that kick off. Oh, it's already off. Okay, nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a transit on. I'm just going to kind of wash out those drums a little bit as well. Yeah, that's actually fine. That's actually fine. So we go back into this now, and we can probably just go into the same thing again. That's kind of cool, isn't it? How'd that sound up here? Maybe that could sound good on this second 16 here. Yeah, let me record some automation on that. I think that combined with also like a hybrid filter. Yeah, that's nice. This is what I meant earlier about introducing something into the mix, guys, to take up kind of take up that spot of the frequencies that we've dulled. We can kind of swap, sidestep in energy. Yeah, cool. So. Cool. And then let's also put on some kind of big reverb. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to automate that in. Let's simplify that envelope also and just have that come way kind of higher. Also send that maybe to the echo that we've got down here. Yeah, nice. And let's put the duck on maybe after all that. Maybe instead of having a high string, we just make like a high drone out of this super saw that we've got going on here. What would that be like? Octave up. Make it really fucking wide. Yeah, that's basically what I want. Okay, so at this point, guys, right, what I like to now do is check how fucking long is this tune right now as it is. So with the 16 bar intro, build up, first drop over to there. If we highlight all that on Ableton and look down in this bottom left corner, get out the fucking way. 2 minutes 21 seconds, right? So not actually very long. We could definitely do with at least another 16 bar. If we did another 16, that would take us to 2 minutes 49. Is it really that short? That seems so short. I can't believe it's that short. So yeah, we probably need to fucking do something about that. Right, okay, so then from here, we can go back into basically this section again, with some changes. Obviously, we'll switch it up, but we can go back into this. can probably take the vocals out there as well. Echo those out like this. What we could do maybe is, instead of like having these filter up, we can slowly filter them down instead. So this hybrid filter, we want that to come on. It already is coming on there. So we just want that to go down. So then back into another drop there like that. Just one last big fucking go at it. All right, cool. So let's check how long that is. Now we're at 4 minutes 14. Okay, so what we've done there is like, I guess, a rough pass over the arrangement. Okay, figuring out the overall structure and where things need to be. So let's have a quick recap over what we've done and why we've done it, because I think I went a bit silent there for a while, which, you know, I've got to make tunes as well, guys, so sometimes I do just fucking, you know, sometimes I do just lock in a bit mentally. So let's just talk about what we've done and why we've done it. So the drop on this is fucking pretty full whack, yeah? Some tracks, when the track drops, there's a little bit of room, energy-wise, for it to go places, right? Other tracks, there really isn't. Other tracks, like the drop is literally just the apex of energy. You know, it's full frequencies, like it's going crazy. Loads of high end, you know, the box is filled. And that's what we had going on here, right? So first 8 bar, drop as it was. Second 8 bar, we added, you know, a ride to kind of carry the percussion forward. Then with this second 16 bar, what we did is we kind of sidestepped energy, right? We filtered the main the main sample, and we kind of added in this little synthy cool thing. And what that gives us is a section where it doesn't necessarily feel like the energy's totally dropped. It's still got dance floor energy, it's still driving. It's more of like a sidestep in energy, right? We've switched the energy over. And then we need to get from this spot, somehow we need to get back up to big full main energy again. So we've put in a little mini break here, mini 8 bar break. Straight back into the same loop as it was. Second 8 bar, to switch it up from the first time it happens, we've added in this high kind of super sword drone. Same kind of chill section, again, this had a kind of sidestep of energy. And then for the second 8 bar of that, instead of building up the drums, washing out the drums, etc., it's more of like a collapsing feel. So things are going to get smaller, because then we're going to go into, like, I guess the second breakdown of the track, which happens here. So the drums are faded away. So you could start mixing in another track here if you wanted to. And that gives us 4 minutes 14, right? Now, all the sections still need loads of work, right? We need to do loads of like cool bits, variation bits, a couple of cool fills in here and there. But getting the track just mapped out like this, it's always a good idea to just get that done while you've still got it in you mentally and physically, you know, because once it's there, you kind of know what's where, and then you can go in and dial in on each section and get that right. But it's not as overwhelming now, guys, you know, it's all there. I know what the purpose of each section is, you know. This section is everyone go fucking nuts. This section is everyone still dance, but we're going to slowly start kind of pulling the energy back a bit so that we can then build it back up in this section. Boom, again, repeat, breakdown, everyone chill out. Maybe someone mixes a track in, maybe they don't. If we play it out to the last drop, boom, last drop again, and then outro, right? So it's, I know what each section's going to do, I know what each section's role is, and now I just have to go back in and kind of dial all that in, you know? So yeah, that's today's video. Next time we'll fucking get in a bit more nitty gritty, do some more like ear candy stuff, really nail like sections and transitions, more effects, you know, more fills, and then probably after that we'll mix it, right? So yeah, thanks for jumping on, guys. Big up.